in here. All right, we'll give Bob a minute to get ready here. I have 5 p.m. While we're waiting, I will call the meeting to order. I will call the November Executive and Financing meeting to order. I want to recognize veterans in the room. Sandy, Gary, correct? Any other veterans in the room? Stephanie is. Anybody online that is a veteran? Ashley? Ashley is, okay. Thank you all for your service. Thank those that are present with us still and those that are no longer with us. So I'm kind of hoping that, I heard a little bit about it on the radio several times, we're the only state in the nation that doesn't not recognize this as a holiday. So make your phone calls. I think, in my opinion, it should be.
Right now, the American Legion has a bill going forward to the legislation to make that day a holiday.
Good to hear. So, thank you. Bob, you ready?
Yes.
To roll?
Yes, thank you.
All right, we'll do roll call. Clerk?
Yes. Carroll.
Here.
Schoonover. Here. Kramer.
Here.
Manning.
Here.
Turk.
Here.
Frank.
Yes.
Severson.
Present.
Williamson.
Here.
And Cooley.
Yep.
You have 9 present. No.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Agenda, or verification of open meeting law.
Yes, Mr. Chair, the meeting was properly noticed.
Properly noted. Agenda approval, we have one change. We're going to move item 9 down underneath item 12. Item 9 will go to item 12. With the changes, looking for a motion to approve. Motion by Manning, second by Kramer. All those in favor of approving the agenda as changed signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, agenda has been approved. Minutes from the October 27th. Anybody have any additions, corrections, changes from the minutes from our October 27th meeting? If not hearing any, I will approve them as presented and move on to item 6, public comment. I have one form. Reminder, we have 3 minutes. Sharon is here to speak on item number 10 about the ambulance. Go ahead, Sharon.
Thank you. My name is Sharon Schmitz. I attended the special city council meeting last night with the ambulance contract, the only item on the agenda. I came away from that meeting confident that our administrator, mayor, council members all wanted to ensure an ambulance service for the residents of our county. They also want to work with the county and municipalities to ensure our area has an ambulance service. Unfortunately, at the county meetings, I have left with an entirely different feeling. In my opinion, the county basically indicated that the city and municipalities sign the contracts or look for another ambulance service elsewhere. I find that very disturbing. We are dealing with lives, your lives, our lives, and the lives of our family and friends. I do believe everyone in their hearts wants an ambulance service, but dollars and cents have made the decision. I hope and pray and encourage this committee and finally the county board to work together with the city and municipalities for the good of our entire county. One last thing, if indeed the JAC is no longer and a new group is formed, that you would please appoint members who have been involved for the past 11 years and are members that could bring insight to the new working group. Hearing from several of this committee during previous meetings, it appears to me, and in my opinion, little or no information was shared with committee members and therefore made an uninformed vote, which they felt needed to be done in order to accept and approve the budget. In my opinion, the ambulance situation should have been started in July, which would have given all involved a reasonable time to research the options. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Anybody else within the confines of the room we're in or online with public comment? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 7, reports. The first one is 7A, Administrator's Report.
I do have my report in the packet. If anybody has any questions on anything, I certainly can answer them for you.
Mr. Carroll.
Last month, with regards to the tower project, I asked if we could get something for more detail and specific completion dates. And I note that the report here again is pretty thin. I would just like to know an actual date for when it's going to be up and running. Even if it changes in the future, what is our projected completion date at this time?
So I didn't add it to the packet. I do have information from the tower project that I put together, but I could not get it to the packet because it took a while for me to get it. Here's what they are telling me. In November, the tower crews and GenCom will work on installing the antennas and the microwaves for the towers. December 1st through the 15th, GenCom will configure the network. December 15th through the 31st, GenCom will test the system, and the system will be fully functional December 31st. It doesn't mean we'll do the cutover, but it'll be fully functional. We will then, early January, cut over to the new system, and then in December and January, we will work on reprogramming all the radios, and then the final thing will be in the summer of 2026, it will be full testing of the system.
Because of foliage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can add this to the packet after the fact, but I just didn't have everything together to add it prior.
Great, thanks.
I listened, Steve.
I know.
Further questions? Do you have anything else on the radio tower you want to add to that? That was what you were going to add?
That was what I was going to add, yes.
Okay. Anyone else with further questions on the radio tower project? Hearing none, we'll move on to the 2024 audit report.
So I think we have that in the packet. We will have them come to the full county board meeting to present their findings, but we wanted to let you know that it is in the packet and it is there for presentation later this month.
In November, the auditors will be here to do their formal presentation, but as Administrator Clement said, since we had it, we put it in the packet for you guys to review, for anyone to review and then ask questions for next week.
At the November full county board.
That's correct.
So we're not asking questions tonight?
Sure.
You can.
Why does that surprise you?
Well, I noticed that at this time in the required communication, our new finance director did an extensive response letter. I don't remember us doing that in the past, and I just wondered, is that a new thing, and I just didn't notice it in the past, and wondered what it means.
I don't believe Leanna did a response letter, because that would have been created before. So which page are you referring to, Steve?
Well, it's at the last part of it's a kind of appended on to the end of the auditor's required communication.
Are we going to go this one?
Yeah, that.
This is provided to us from the auditors, actually.
Right.
The auditors draft this. This is from Johnson and Block.
And then we sign it.
And we put it on our letterhead correct and review that. So Leanna, this was part of the audit process. We have done this before actually, but Leanna did not draft this. The finance director did not draft that response letter.
All right, thank you.
And I believe Bill will go over that as well. I mean, he goes over all this in the presentation.
Okay.
Anybody else with questions as regards to that? Otherwise, they will be here later in the month. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Item 8, discussion of possible action on approval of 2026 job description.
So now that the budget is approved, there are some job descriptions that have either been new or made some changes to, significant changes to, that need to be approved by this committee and by the full county board. So if you want, we could go through them one by one. First one I have on my list is the Emergency Management Director. This is a current existing position, but we are looking to make it a county position and not a contracted position. We did remove all of the ambulance duties and had it focus only on the emergency management duties. And moving forward, starting in 2026, it will be under the Highway Department. Are there any questions about that position?
Mr. Frank.
Is the current fire officer certification something that is also required as a regular basis? I'm just not sure how much that is going to interact. I understand all the ICSs and all those and the NIMS. I think NIMS was on there.
That is one that we just kept in there from the previous one. I would presume that if...
I just hate to limit something if someone just didn't have that certification, or can they get it
They could get it, yes.
in the process? Okay,
Yes,
all right.
yes, yes. Prior today, there was ambulance, a couple of ambulance requirements in there, so we did get those removed, and the one in the packet is the correct version.
Mr. Carroll?
So this is what John Hine is doing right now?
Correct.
And he'd become a county employee then?
Correct.
Got it.
Our next one is the ambulance secretary, administrative secretary at the ambulance. This is an existing position, but it is contracted, so we would look to make it a county position. Next, we have the human resources director, and I apologize, Derek, if they're not in the same order, I'm going through it. As we talked about through the budget process, we will be removing the HR generalist position and be adding an HR director position. We really want this position to focus on policy, employee issues, more of the big picture duties that we need through Human Resources Department. We then have our radio tower technician. This is a brand new position, and this is being created in response to the completion of the tower project. And we really want to make sure that we're maintaining our $8 million investment. If they do have extra time, they will do other MIS duties. We then have our Child and Youth Services lead worker. Currently over at Health and Human Services, they have a manager and a supervisor built in. We would be looking to remove the supervisor position and instead have a lead worker position. So although this would be a new person coming in, it does not add to the staff authorization table because we'll be eliminating the supervisor and adding the lead worker. The last one then is a coordinated services lead worker. This is something that we would be assigning these tasks to an existing worker and will not be adding to the staff authorization table.
Correct. We'd be going from 8 case managers to 7 with a lead.
Mr. Carroll?
I gotta ask. For radio technician, physical requirements, lift, carry, push, and pull up to 100 pounds?
Yes. I think what the concerns are is there will be tasks that will need to be carrying equipment up to the tower sites if they have to do updates, if they have to fix things. We may need them to cut trees down around if there are trees growing up around the area. Do some of that general maintenance. It really is maintaining that. So yes, it is possible that they will carry up to 100 pounds.
Okay.
Any further questions on the approval of the positions in the packet and that the administrator has gone over? Hearing none, we need to put this on with resolution to approve it in full to full county board.
Correct.
Entertain a motion to approve these. Mr. Schoonover makes a motion, seconded by Mr. Frank. Further discussion on the positions listed? If not, all those in favor of moving these job descriptions on to the full county board, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, that is passed on to the full county board. We're skipping item 9 right now. It'll be down under 12 like we discussed. Moving to item 10. Discussion and possible action on the ambulance service updates.
So we just wanted to be able to provide you an update of the status of the contracts and where we're at for next year. We have had 9 municipalities respond that they're going to engage in our services for next year. There are 3 that are currently in negotiations, and 1 has come back and said that they will not be utilizing our services and will be going with another service option. With the 3 in negotiations, the attorneys are working on all those final details.
Questions from the group?
That one that's not signing, is that Yuba?
Yes, Yuba has declined to go elsewhere. I believe they're going with Hillsborough.
Because they have to pay $2,000,
For us, they'd have to pay $2,500.
$2,500. And what is it per call that the townships have to pay right now?
$225.
And Yuba receives how many calls?
3.
Yeah. 3? So why are they paying $2,500 and would it be about $600 that they'd have to?
Because the contract that you guys voted on was to have a minimum of 2,500. So if the call volume didn't equal up to the 2,500, they pay 2,500. So I believe there's 3 municipalities that are in that situation.
Did you say one township is negotiating?
Currently, there's 3 that are negotiating.
I didn't know there wasn't negotiating to it, or I would have done that.
Further questions?
Do we still have what our timeline on this? We're still,
I think the latest timeline is, we had hoped for today, we extended it till Friday, and now our latest is that we're hoping to have all the signed contracts back by December 2nd.
okay. So in the process, working on it. Okay, thank you.
Further questions? Okay, let's move on to item number 11. Discussion and possible action on the creation of the county-city ad hoc committee.
So that is something that you guys have requested to put on there, so I will let you guys talk out what you want to see happen.
Derek, thoughts, comments?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you have any thoughts, comments on this, or do we're on the ad hoc committee, city, county?
This is in relation to ambulance services, correct?
No,
General, everything.
Sorry.
General, sorry, to throw you at the
I had
spot.
shared that this was something that the supervisors had asked to talk about at this. I believe it was Supervisor Severson asked
Yeah,
to have this
I think this.
group recreated.
Yeah, right, and so there was a point in time when there was the city, county ad hoc committees for these different governmental units to discuss various functions, so I wasn't provided much more, we didn't talk about it any further, just that this was a possible committee that should be created to address various issues, that would come up between the governmental units. And that's as far as that's gone, so I will leave it up to you guys to decide how much more you want to explore it, but.
Thoughts, Gary, first?
I think it's a great thing to have. We got the 2 largest governmental entities that are in this county. And there's only 2 of them, and that's us in the city. And we need to work together on a lot of things. Because we go in tandem sometimes with different things, and so it'd be helpful if we could sit down together and not maybe have an issue like we're having now. And we could probably hash it out during that committee as one example. Or we could talk about the stuff that they're coming in, that they have expenses or levying to do that might affect us and our levying capabilities or that we're doing. So it'd be even more burdensome on our taxpayers that we have. Like, it's just something to talk about, and that we're there, and it shows that we're making good faith effort to want to be a team and work kind of together instead of trying to be at each other's throats, and that we're different entities and this is how it's going to be. So,
Mr. Chair, if I may add too, I think this, at one point there was the idea of shared services too, like not just services, but insurance and things, those other topics that, that we have alike with other organizations as well, that may have been one of the, like a proposed thing to have this committee, should it be created, explore.
Mr. Carroll?
Yeah, our comprehensive plan that we recently updated mentions looking at opportunities for intergovernmental cooperation as a way, just a smart thing, but also as a possible way for overall savings. And so you kind of need a coordinating committee to work on that kind of thing.
Correct. Mr. Frank?
There have been ad hoc committees in the past. I don't know that we've ever had an ad hoc committee since we've gone to the administrator style of government. I don't know that we.
I think that's about the time that, well, they hadn't met.
They hadn't
Yeah,
met
that was
for
the thing, it
ages.
never met,
Right.
so that's why we decided to get rid of it, but if we revive it, then we should certainly drive it to meet.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, I have no problem with
Yeah.
that.
Well, if we can come up with, do you want to talk to them a little bit, or do you want to talk with Ashley, or both you, and just see what, how many representatives from each, we can bring some of that back, and
what did we have before? We had a model before.
I can get you that, I don't have that
Yeah.
off the top of my head, because we just have had the committee for a while, I have to look at previous structures.
Understandable. It's kind of just a discussion point right now, but yeah, I agree. There's areas that hopefully we could save money.
And I would venture to think that that structure may have changed depending on what the topic was being discussed. I don't know off the top of my head, again, what, that committee probably discussed a variety of things, so without looking, guessing the structure or composition could have changed as the discussion topics did, but.
That's true, go ahead.
And I don't know, remember if there was a city administrator back at that time either, so.
Yeah.
But it could be a starting place anyway.
Yep. Definitely. Well, Darren can get what we've done in the past, and if you want to make some contacts with the city and report back. Are we doing a second meeting in November? Do we know?
We have one scheduled, I believe.
Okay. All right. So we probably have some of that information by then, or most of it, so.
Yeah, we can look up some previous committee information and provide that.
Okay. Further questions, comments on that one? If not, let's move on to item 12. Discussion and possible action on the RFP for Corporation Council Services. We've received 3.
Yes.
David, would you like to open one, please? Mr. Carroll, I'll even let you open one. Andy's law office.
This one does not say on the outside who it's from.
Oh, I got it, Russell, yeah.
So the 2 in the manila envelopes were emailed to me. I did not open them. I sent them to our MIS department to put them into a folder so that we could have them all received.
We'll start on my left with Mr. Carroll. So they were asked, could give us a little more background.
Yeah, so they were asked to provide us some references. There were a list of questions we asked them to provide, and then a cover sheet with the costs of what they would be asking for.
Okay, so ATOLS is somebody we've already been using for other things, so they mentioned that we already have a copy of their standard engagement letter with terms and conditions. It's not in this envelope, but apparently we already have it.
Who do you say?
Who is this?
ATOLS, that's the...
ATOLS law office. Yeah, Andy Phillips firm.
Yeah.
And I don't believe they're proposing full
Correct.
tort counsel services. They're proposing some specialized.
Kind of what they're doing now for us.
I never read it,
Yeah.
but that was my understanding, that they have some unique services they would seek to provide to us.
Right. To be clear, we do not believe it would be economic to the county for the firm to serve in a traditional corporate counsel capacity, but we very much believe the county would greatly benefit from our experience and expertise on matters that fall outside the definition of routine. So it wouldn't really be a full replacement for, yeah, and then they give hourly rates for those times when they do work for us.
So that one basically would not compare, I assume, to these two.
Right.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead, David.
Okay. This proposal is from Law, proposing for January 1st of 26 through December 31st of 28, a contractual hourly basis at a rate of $175 per hour for attorneys, $80 an hour for paralegals. AppSwing would assume all costs for in-county travel. Out-of-county travel would be billed at 50% of the hourly rate for legal services. Times charged in increments of 1/10 of an hour. And AppSwing would bill the county for actual costs related to case and legal matters such as filing service fees and so on.
I have one from Russell Law Offices. They're out of Dodgeville. Their references include Lafayette County, the city of Salisbury, town of Decatur in Greene County, town of Villa Vista, Richland County, and village of Rockdale, Dane County. Their hourly rate would be $2.25 per hour for legal services billed in 6-minute increments, which would be the
Same
thing.
thing.
Yep. Discounted rate from our standard fee, this rate would be set for the duration of the 3-year contract. Is that what we asked for?
Yeah.
Okay. This rate applies to all attorneys within the firm regardless of seniority. Our firm is aware that this rate would represent a significant increase over the current rate that you are paying, but we truly believe that the service and timeliness of our firm can't be replicated by any other firm. I believe that even at our higher rate, this contract has the potential to reduce the overall cost of legal services for the county while increasing responsiveness due to our experience and network of attorneys. Travel time, there will be no billing for traveling within Richland County to county sites. Any required travel to non-county owned sites will be billed for actual mileage and time. Travels for those limited cases will be billed from the attorney's residence or our closest office, whichever is most cost effective for the county. It is anticipated, although not guaranteed, that Russell offices will be opening an office in Richland Center no later than August 1st of 2026. There's a few other expense charges, copies and stuff, but the basic rates, they could, paralegal is $125 per hour, billed in acres. Is that enough, Mr. Carroll?
I didn't catch in the references, have they been counsel for a county or just municipalities?
County of Lafayette,
Okay.
Lafayette County, City of Salisbury, Town of Decatur, and Green County, Town of Buena Vista, and the Village of Rockdale, Dayton County. They are right now, serving for Lafayette County. And they don't list all their attorneys, but I think that. All right, that's what I have.
So one thing we did let them know is that our next meeting, which is the 24th, we may ask them to come so that you guys have the opportunity to ask them questions and engage with them, or if you guys want to make a decision tonight, that's up to you.
So we currently only have two because the one
Yeah.
really isn't covering what we need. Just the rate difference at $50 an hour is significant.
And it's higher for the paralegal rate too.
Yeah, 80 to 125. And who are we currently, what's the company we're currently with?
Absolutely.
That's what I was thinking. I would say we continue with Tapswing at this point, and if we want to have them come, that's great, but I don't think that's a challenge of time.
Do we have a concern with them being in the city?
I do.
I do.
And multiple other townships covering yours too, aren't they?
Okay.
So,
That's, my mic went out because of meeting they were in, had presented the district. Yeah, Mr. Carroll.
What was the duration of the contract we're looking at? 3 years?
You have any reason to bring Russell in? We pretty much know the history on Abbott and Swain.
I mean, if we do one for one, we should probably do the other. Out of courtesy.
It's up to you guys.
I'd like to see Russell or.
I would too.
Okay.
Let's bring him in.
Yeah, the contract's good to, we're covered through the end of the year.
Correct.
Correct? So, okay. We'll arrange that for the second meeting of this month. As a representative from both. Questions or comments? We're going to just ask questions from the floor. Do we go ahead?
I would just make a comment that it's not uncommon for attorneys like this to be representing multiple jurisdictions. It happens that Abb Swain is really heavy in this area because they're based in Baroqua. There's an attorney down in Grant County that represents a lot of communities down in that area, and they do run across circumstances where Grant County and the community are involved in something and they have to step away and bring in outside counsel. So it does happen, but it definitely is a factor for us. So.
The only question with that is when you bring in that other counsel, you're paying, you're going to pay more. I mean, I would assume, like Andy's group, there probably is considerably higher than, maybe not, but my point being, if you had multiple times of that during the course of the year, your hourly rate kind of looks a little different.
Overall expenses for lawyer fees.
Exactly. And now hopefully you don't have that on a regular basis,
No,
but
this is the
you know what I
first-
mean, it would be a concern.
It's a point on the agenda coming up that, that we're going over, coming up yet tonight, so the first time in our career, I think Mark and I and Carrie's, that we've had this come up. But how long is, I don't even know, 2, 3-year terms? Has Mike been with us 6 years? Or?
No.
No, when Clint was here is when he got
Maybe
appointed,
just,
Epswing.
yeah.
We weren't
We chose not to go with-
It was like 2021, 2022, somewhere around there.
We weren't doing 3-year contracts, we were doing year to year or
Yeah,
something
right,
at first.
correct.
Okay, all right, we'll bring them in, let them give us their spiel, and we'll move on.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I had a problem with this before we even signed the contract, that what happens, and I asked Mike personally, so what happens if the city and the county have a problem, and then we have to go outside and hire someone else? He did say he would step away, and he has done that, but the thing is that now we're paying, you figure, this firm versus having to go outside now and getting another attorney for the ambulance situation. I had a problem with that in the beginning, and I still have a problem with an attorney representing both the city and the county.
And he did, I mean, we'll discuss it on the next.
Right.
But, yep, no, I understand. All right, any other further comments on that? We'll bring it up again at the next meeting, let them talk to us. Item number 9, we'll go back to item 9, discussion and possible action on informed consent with council, item 9.
So you have,
Yeah, do we need Mike back in here?
Mike?
Yeah, he was said they got me that one. It's in your packet.
How many billable hours did we have in a year?
I don't have that with me, I can get that for next month.
$50 an hour difference, that amounts up to the
I'll find out.
All right. We're on item 9, Mr. Wendell. Did you want to, or is that your taking that?
Either or.
Whoever.
So I can start and then you
Okay,
can jump in if needed. So we were notified by Attorney Wendell that with the ambulance situation, he would be stepping back from representing both the city and the county. He is then providing notice to us that there was this conflict and that we can waive the conflict for future representation, but that he won't be representing us anymore in regards to the ambulance. We have consulted with Andy Phillips, who does indicate that we can support and sign this resolution.
Questions, comments as far as the resolution that's in the packet? Mr. Chair.
Basically, it's just saying we can still use Attorney Wendell for all the other business we're doing, just not that ambulance.
And on the call yesterday, he told us if something like this would come up again, Mike would have to, if he is our corporate counsel, would have to do another one of these, like we're doing. A different topic, other than the ambulance.
And Andy also shared with us that if there's an issue that comes up in the future and we want to go with somebody other than Mike because we think there might be a future conflict, we have that ability right off the bat to say, okay, Mike, we're not going to be using you for this and we're going to be seeking outside counsel.
Mr. Carroll.
Are we retaining somebody for the ambulance contract stuff
We
right
have
now?
Andy Phillips. recently.
Andy is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Further questions, comments, concerns? If not, I entertain a motion. Mr. Frank, seconded by Mr. Schoonover. Any other? No other discussion? All those in favor of moving this resolution on the full county board signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right. Item 9 has been taken care of. Item 13, discussion and possible action, amendment to collective bargaining agreement with the Deputy Sheriff's Association.
You can start it.
So one of the things that we did this year was increase the number of holidays for 2026 for all employees. That means we need to make an addendum to the sheriff's contract to add those 2 additional holidays for them. While we were looking at that, we also want the language cleaned up regarding sick leave. Currently it's set up that kind of some .01257 number is what they accrue sick per hour. We've changed it to a set number of hours for 24 pay periods for the year. So those are the changes that we are looking to have.
We've discussed it before, we knew that it was part of the paperwork that we have to take care of. Questions, comments for either one of the administrator, deputy? If not, I would entertain a motion to move this amendment on to full county board. Mr. Cooey, Mrs. Kramer, further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of moving on to full county board signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right. Item 13 is complete. Item 14, discussion and possible action on approval of amendments to the county fee schedule.
So one of the things that has been brought to our attention is how we have the current fee schedule for the Sheriff's Department open records request is not within the law. And so we're asking to have anything related to the fees be taken out of the fee schedule, and they will all be, all fees, open records request, we will comply with the open records law compliance guidelines.
And to be clear, we stopped enforcing the policy as soon as we were made aware of it. This is just formalizing that action.
I would entertain a motion to put it on the floor. If you guys have any discussion, if you have no discussion, I'll just take the motion and move forward. Mr. Schoonover, I will second it. Any discussion? It's just a cleanup of, we found out that we weren't doing it correctly. All those in favor of moving this on to full county board signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. Item number 15. Discussion, possible action, approval of the 2026 budget amendment. Mr. Kalish, I believe.
Do you want to do it, or you want me to take the lead?
We can do it together. So you'll recall that during the budget adoption meeting, there were two changes that you guys wanted made as a part of the budget adoption. So they were to move some funds from Pine Valley and to move some funds from the Parks Department. So you did make those changes, you approved those when you adopted the budget. However, when we went to make those changes that you proposed, we needed to clarify how those changes were made. So that's what this resolution does. So you look, Fund 510 is the ambulance fund, so we're going to change the line that we had there, the payments from municipalities line is going to be reduced from 245 to 230. So we're a reduction in the $15,468. That plus the additional $5,006.25 that's coming from the parks is actually going to be moved into that miscellaneous revenue line that's up there. So Fund 510, which is the ambulance and miscellaneous revenue, to offset revenues and expenditures and to balance that budget for the ambulance. As you know, they don't pay tax levy, so that uncollectible bills balance line was increased to account for that, to balance that out. And then to note here, there's going to be a fund balance transfer from Fund 65, which was the parks. It was requested and approved that we take $5,000 from the parks and move that to the ambulance budget. So that will be done with a balance transfer from the existing fund balance. The Parks Department is totally funded by tax levies, so there is a fund balance that we can use to fulfill your request to move the $5,000 from there to Fund 510. And the same thing with Pine Valley, you wanted the $15,000 moved from Pine Valley to there, so that will be an expense allocation that's in their budget, so Pine Valley will decrease expenditures in other accounts to account for the $15,000 being moved from those budgets. So this is really just to, again, clarify how those funds are being moved, because you are, you've changed some of the allocation lines, your appropriation lines were changed in that final budget, which again, you adopted those, but this is just further clarifying those changes that were made because of the accounts they had. Did I explain that well enough, Administrative comments? Is there anything else to know? Okay. And this, we did speak with Andy Phillips regarding this situation. I know it may seem strange to do this budget amendment because you already approved it, but it was just for the nature of the transactions or the the changes you requested, and after we went to logistically make those, we just wanted to make it very clear what was happening. So it was recommended that we bring this as a budget amendment, even though again, it's kind of weird because you already approved it when you adopted the budget. So we're just, again, clarifying how those transactions are happening.
So we just really want to be very transparent and have it on the record where all the funds are going.
That is correct. So this doesn't impact the levy, none of that stuff changes, like, it's really just moving the appropriation lines.
Comments, questions? Mr. Kukui, start with.
Just gonna make a motion.
Okay, seconded by Mr. Manning. Any discussion? We've already approved it though. All those in favor of approving the, what do we call it? Budget amendments, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right. All right, now we'll move on to item 16, it's closed session. I will entertain a motion to enter into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute Section 19.851C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which a governmental body has jurisdiction over to exercise responsibility. We are performing the 6-month performance review of our county administrator. So, Mr. Manning makes a motion, seconded by Kramer. All those in favor of moving into closed session, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, we will include any board members that would like to stay that are not committee members.
Okay, and we are back on.
We are back in open session. Rodney, are you good? All right, Rodney says we're good to go. Now action on the closed session items, correct? Nothing there. Correspondence, Mr. Kaling.
No correspondences, Mr. Chair.
Future agenda item, and our meeting is, what date?
24th?
24.
At 5 p.m.?
Agenda items from the group for the 24th at 5 p.m. We had a couple things we're bringing back. I think something on here.
We have creation of the city
More information.
committee
Yeah.
and the RFPs.
In the RFP, we're going to have both lawyer groups give a presentation and dog and pony show.
No dog is required. Yeah, maybe a donkey.
Anything else anybody has for agenda items? If not, get a hold of myself, the administrator, or Mr. Turk. Mr. Manning, you have a job. Motion by Manning, second by Kramer. All those in favor of adjourning till the 24th at 5 p.m. signify by saying aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Thank you, everyone. All right, Public Works. Frank, you gonna be here?